Live, session 43, I believe.
You're right. Welcome everyone to session 43 of The Space Between. Starting off with a recap from session 42 from Zeke.
Yes. Q&A with Amy Sneaky Beaky continued, but the conversation shifted to focus on the towering monster that attacked their colony. It looks like we could only find it in only about a week. We could find it in only about a week's time. Sorry. As if that were a good idea. I made a few other attempts to peer into the future. And we ultimately landed on searching for Mickelson, which is going to require some significant resupplies. Meanwhile, Apple is giving birth at any time now in the cargo bay. This was a lie, of course.
Let's say he made sure not to leave any evidence of his deception, even in his notes.
Even in his own notebook.
Alrighty, so yeah, we did leave off with the cliffhanger of Zeke seeing that he was doing a precognition, an oracle, to see when the babies would actually be born, and it does look like it's going to happen in about 24 hours time.
You said how many hours time?
About 24.
24.
That's a funny image for me because I'm just imagining like he just told them it could be any moment now, but it's literally a day away.
Was Zeke divulged the correct time to anyone on the crew?
Not if he's not prompted to. No.
Because he yeah, I'm curious then to see because I guess it was Bo and Eva.
Yeah. That was where we left Bo. Yeah.
Yeah, how long would they wait before they ask more questions?
Yeah, like, you said any minute now, but like, can you be any more specific?
No, he's vigilant because he's had an irrationally blind trust in Zeke from the moment they've met.
Abuse, trust abuse. I don't think Eva would stay long, but I also don't think that she's gonna go back to Zeke to ask questions. I think it's gonna be more like, well, I've got stuff to do and a big trip to plan for, and so she would go do that and just tell Bo to call her when it's happening.
Yeah, Bo's just sitting there watching because, like, well, he said any minute now, so it could be any minute. I'll keep you updated.
Alrighty then. So, what's the next movement gonna be? So is Zeke gonna just leave Bo to sit watching an uneventful cargo bay?
Yeah, I think he probably just went back to his room and is doing his own thing now.
Oh, poor Bo.
Alrighty then.
I mean, I can't think of a reason he would have to come back to the cargo bay, and I think that's what it would take.
Okay, he's like, well, I was close enough. Don't really. I guess, am I getting the impression right that he's kind of thinking, well, yeah, it was close enough. Like, I don't really want to have to admit that it was different. Just let it kind of be, oh, well, my vision
remember,
was slightly
he also
off.
did it as a way to get Eva I can't remember if it was just to stop talking, or out of his hair, or to not ask certain questions that she was building towards. I think it was the latter.
He did it to escape from something, but I'm with you. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that he escaped all at once. That was an efficient use of misdirection.
Yes, it was.
Yes, Zeke has developed incredible avoidant coping mechanisms between his teleportation and his precognition. And yeah, I guess now some developing some telepathy, which side note, I don't remember. Well, we can always talk more about that another time, but just want to put a reminder for you, Avery, to be thinking about the plan moving forward for how far into that he wants to go. I would need to be looking at his character sheet, which I'm going to pull up here in a second, to see how far he's gone already.
I
And we
think
can always
did the bare minimum. We can,
okay.
yeah, we should
I
probably find that.
but yeah, because I remember man, Roll20 is really fighting me for some reason. Did not want to there we go. Just a little connection loss there for a minute. But anywho, let's see then. We've got it's evening. Zeke is doing his own thing in his room. Eva's going to, gather supplies and double, triple check things for the expedition. You guys are talking about heading out on the next day. And imagine Pete is probably helping with that as well. What's Cherry up to?
Cherry is going to be in the kitchen, and she has her slab pulled up, and she's seems to be kind of like flipping back and forth between a couple documents, and just seems pretty deeply engrossed in her project there.
Okay.
Should also be apologizing to Ryu for the possibility of him getting stuck with Apple.
Yeah, he would appreciate the sentiment, and he would probably be he would express a little bit of worry about what he's supposed to do with a wild animal and a bunch of her pups, but he also hasn't seen her be aggressive or anything, so he's not super worried. He's like, I'll just make sure there's food and water and keep my distance.
Right, Eva was gonna write out a manual for him.
That was clearly the first step in the expedition preparations that she would need to be doing.
Definitely.
Oh man. So yeah, we're gonna pass some time. What has Bo got on hand prepared for Cherry and her impending for Apple?
Oh.
Wrong Oracle.
Oh goodness, yeah, let's
Uh, I guess he might have scrummaged or like rummaged around earlier to get uh, stuff he remembered they needed at the farm for like delivering calves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing just like buckets ready to put hot water into, a towel, got a belt to lasso any wayward legs, but then he's sitting there thinking of if capybaras have dangly legs like calves do. He's not sure how useful that one's going to be. But what limited supplies he thought to grab had been gathered there. And he is holding his vigil, because any minute now it could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it could.
I assume after 24 hours worth of any minutes, it will indeed happen.
All right. Let's see then. So, yeah, I think it drags on into it starts getting later into the night. Probably getting close to around the time that Bo would have been turning in.
Oh, he's keeping his vigil.
Oh no.
Alrighty then.
I don't know how long for. He might be dozing off at some point there.
Yeah. Go ahead and
He's
give
sitting
me.
there, blanket around him, and saying, "Any minute."
Oh man. Let's see. Give me a physical saving throw. We're ready for that. Okay. He feels himself nodding off, but he manages to shake himself awake, gets up and paces back and forth in the cargo bay a bit to try to wake himself back up. And can tell he's getting tired, and he knows if he stays up much longer, he's going to be feeling pretty rough the next day for the expedition.
We're doing it for the bit. He's sitting there, sipping on his coffee,
Nice.
bouncing his leg to try and stay awake. He says, "Could happen any minute now. Gotta stay ready, even if it takes all night."
Oh, I feel bad about this now.
Now?
So Cherry would, at some point in the night, emerge from her chambers, face mask on, curlers in, and be headed to the kitchen when she notices the light on in the cargo bay, and would poke her head in time to see Bo sort of slipping, nodding off, and then bolting up, jittering his leg, sipping coffee. And she would feel a lot of emotions. The main two would be, one, exasperation, but two, pity, because he's just trying to be a good owner to Apple. So she would walk in there and just say, "Well, any signs of labor yet?"
No, but like Zeke said, it could be any minute now. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled. You got any more of that instant coffee I tried just eating it straight, see if that'd help me stay awake, but now I'm all out.
Her face is going to contort into disgust and shock. No, not for that, sweetie. How about though, Pete does not need to charge the whole night, but you need sleep. So, like, what if I go see if Pete would be willing to sit with Apple and he can come get you if she starts showing signs of going into labor?
Oh, Pete ain't gonna. He don't know about no giving birth to no capybaras.
And you have birthed capybaras before?
Well,
Uh-huh.
animals and such. I figure it's
I think
can't be much the difference than like them sheeps and calves.
I think Pete might know more than you think, and I think it's pretty obvious when someone or something is going into labor. At the very least, none of us really wants to birth the capybaras as much as you do. So anyone who watches for you will come and get you. But you need sleep. Even if it's just to help Apple give birth, you're not going to be any use to her if your hands are shaking so bad you can't hold your mug straight. And she does look at his hand that is kind of jittering. Whether it was jittering because it was on his leg that he was jostling or not, but listen, we're going somewhere dangerous tomorrow. I really don't want to die, and as much as I hate to admit it, you're kind of my best bet at not dying. But a well-rested version of, and she waves her hand, all of this.
Oh, I guess he'll somber up and slow down on his jittering some and say, "Oh, I get that, but guess you want to hear something dumb."
She bites the retort that had come to her lips, takes a breath, and goes, "Sure. What dumb thing do you want to share?" And she tries to sound as least sarcastic as possible.
I wasn't ever good at this when it was calving time or time for the baby sheep to be born, any of that. I'd go out there with Paul and I'd fall asleep. But he'd stay up. Goodness, he stayed up sometimes 48, 72 hours watching them things in labor. He knew it and he had a gift for it that I just never quite seemed to have the knack for. I hadn't seen him in years now, and I don't know, it seemed like a chance to do it right. That's dumb, I know.
It's not dumb. She'd pull up one of the mini crates in the area. It's wanting to do something right, especially when your parents have done it right your whole life. That's not dumb. That's needing to prove something to yourself. I don't want to stop you from proving something to yourself, but I also know you're really good at keeping people safe. And you know that. And if you're not good at that tomorrow, I feel like that might hurt more than not being good at this again. But I vote you let Pete get his metal tin can rear in here and watch for at least 2 hours. Then you can like get your beauty sleep. And let's face it, between the two of us, you need it more than me. And get rested. And then you'll be fresh faced for Apple going into labor with all her little pups.
I guess that makes sense.
You might even be able to convince Zeke to tell you maybe a more specific time about when the pups arrive. Since he didn't really give you a very specific time.
I guess that, yeah, check with him, because I guess it has been a lot of minutes since any minute now. Maybe I should reevaluate that. I'm going to grab my sleeping bag, come back, and I'll check with him on the way. I'm sure he won't mind that.
Why don't you take a break before bringing the sleeping bag? It's late.
She's trying to lure him to his bed. Get him to fall asleep.
Vile temptress.
I feel like I should stay close by, even if I am going to catch some sleep. Be right here, I guess. Well, we all know her for about the same length of time, but I want to know she's got somebody here with her when the babies start coming. I reckon that's got to be a spooky experience.
Spooky.
But yeah, I'll go check with Zeke about what time it is, and then he'll pad off down the hallway, grab his sleeping bag.
As he leaves, Cherry would have, with her arms crossed, turned around and looked at Apple. Is Apple awake, Ben, or is she asleep?
Yeah, I think she's
I like to
snoozing.
think she's been sitting there with that same vacant expression for the past whatever minute.
5 hours just staring
Yeah.
back at Bo.
Just happily chewing the cud.
Yeah, I think she's probably like she looks like she's about to doze off, like she's doing the slow blinks and drooling a little bit.
Apple, sweetie, do us all a favor and stop driving him wild like this. If you could just, go to sleep or, I don't know, have your baby soon. That would be great. You know what? That's not on you. Men are in control of themselves. I apologize. Have a great day, Apple.
So yeah, Bo grabs his sleeping bag, and what time of the night is it, Ben?
I'll say it's probably pushing midnight, maybe a little after.
Okay, so unsure of whatever Zeke does at midnight. But Bo will start to quietly, just continually knock at Zeke's door and go, "Psst, Zeke, how long's any minute now? In terms of minutes."
Zeke's gonna just pop out into the hallway. What?
Well, he said it's going to be any minute now, but it's been like, and he'll pull out or look to his stopwatch, like 5 hours, 34 minutes, and 12 seconds since you said that.
Let me get an update on that for you. And then he tells him precisely the time, which is at this point, roughly, what is that?
18 and a half
hours?
hours. Yeah.
What does he do with this information?
He sets a countdown on his watch. It says duly noted, a few minutes and 18 hours. And then drags his sleeping bag behind him back to the cargo bay.
All right.
He'll tell
Yeah, let's-
whatever gathered individuals there, even if that's just him and Apple.
So yeah, I guess as when he gets back, Cherry has gone, but she's left a little pink mug with something steaming in it, smelling faintly sweet and herbal, sitting on his stool that he'd been sitting on.
Oh, that was nice of her. Well, Apple, Zeke explained that a few minutes means about 18 hours from now, and I figure he knows about that kind of stuff. Being a time wizard and all. So,
Few minutes means 18 hours. Noted.
He said it any
so
minute.
Any one of the next 18 hours worth of minutes. Yeah, that I was gonna say that's definitely coming back to bite him at some point. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he
Somebody-
just played it off like he had to get another update. And it's now 18 hours away.
Yeah. Hey, labor and birth are fickle things.
You
right?
moved Apple so much with her vigil that she decided to give you 24 hours to enjoy.
Ah, yes. The classic you reacted to the future and therefore changed the future.
That's how that
So-
works, right? They can just decide to do that later.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Actually,
Say, I see you labored over this labor, so I added more labor to your labor.
yo dog. Yeah, I actually that's rung a bell. I can't think what creatures it. I don't think it's a capybara, but I feel like there are some animals that have some more control, if not over specifically like when they go into labor, about some part of their like reproductive cycle that they can just kind of it just changes based on the conditions around them and stuff. Anyway,
But yeah,
Yeah.
having relayed that information to Apple, that they're good for another 18 hours or so,
mhm.
he will sip on his drink and then curl up in his sleeping bag.
Alrighty. Then yeah, it's a sleepover in the cargo bay. Let's see. Yeah, I think some point not too long from then, maybe as Bo is starting to doze off, he'd hear a clanking sound coming from the little airlock and the stairs of the little ladder, and Pete will poke his head in, see Bo laying out, and then just dim the lights of the cargo bay.
Papa Pete taking care of his kids.
He refrains from tucking you in your sleeping bag. He would also poke his head into Eva's workshop.
Huh. Still haven't figured out a. I've got a great idea. All right. Well, I was gonna say a 12 or higher. She is too much on a roll to have been paying much attention. I should actually lower the difficulty and roll it with wisdom. Yeah, just as a test roll. I want to do a fixed wisdom roll here real
Okay.
quick.
I'll allow it.
Well, thank you. Oh wow, yeah, okay. And I'm not sure whether it should be at a certain threshold or higher. She knows to or she realizes that she's needs to go get some sleep, or if it should be at a certain threshold or higher, she's just too on a roll. Because there's implications to those. Her fix is going to go up one more time and make whatever the roll is, or whatever the threshold is, easier to hit. I think I'll go with the wisdom in the future, and at higher than say 8.
So if she beats the DC, then she is aware of what she needs to do.
If she beats the
is more aware
DC,
of
there's this like contradiction between her intellectual parts of her brain being like, okay, we can do this and we can do this, and the wise parts of her brain, which aren't very wise, which is why it's being contested, kind of just slogging her down and putting other interests in front of her, the interest for sleep. But what I'll do with this one, since I've muddled it up with 2 rolls, is I'll just say, stay the course. Yeah, she has fallen asleep somewhere in the workshop.
All right. Then, yeah, Pete is going to gonna go ahead and enter the workshop, and I think he's just going to. I think he could probably manage to maneuver her into a kind of like a not a.
Well,
Let's
he's not
see.
gonna just
I don't
carry her
think
back
it's
to her bed or a spare bed.
I think he would. I was trying to think. For some reason, I was picturing like if she's sitting on a stool or something and like slumped over one of these work tables, him like coming up from the side and getting her to fireman's carry or something. Trying to do it without disturbing her. Let's see. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, I think he's had to do this a couple of times before, so he's got some practice in figuring out which which carrying position to maneuver her into to disturb her the least from wherever she's at.
Right, because he's almost certainly more than once done something that woke her up and set her going again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He knows he has to be very careful not to wake her up.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, he grabs one of like her work, like one of these spare kind of ragged work blanket things to cover one of his arms and maneuvers her over, cradled mostly on it, and then picks her up and is able just to get her secure enough that he can climb the ladder with his other arm and take her above deck to her own room and carefully tuck her into her bed
All right.
and keep her snoozing away. And Pete does another quick little round of the ship, making sure everything's ship shape, and turns himself to his little charging stand and his books. All right. Everybody, I don't know if anybody's missing any systems, if they've acquired any system strain or missing any hit points, but now would be the time to restore those things. Regain all your effort if you're Zeke. And have a bright new day in the morning.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Well, finding herself in her bed and assuming that she finished up what she was doing and made her way there herself. I
Obviously, strong, independent young woman would not have been carried to my bed like a child. Definitely not what happened.
I think she has been woken up like just shallowly enough that she murmured about going back to work and just kind of kept getting carried along. And I think she knows that she's been taken back to her bed more than once. But in these times when she like doesn't wake up at all, there's no distant, hazy memory of, oh yeah, I got carried here. Yeah, she definitely thinks that she was the smart one that finished up what she was doing and decided to call it a night.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, does anything that we did this day count as a day of work on the laser rifle?
No, let's say the majority of the previous day was
Okay.
taken up with those stuff. However, I guess so far, unbeknownst to Eva, uh, most of this day is going to be occupied with Bo. I guess when she gets up, if she goes back down to her workshop, she would definitely notice Bo uh, laid out in his sleeping bag.
Well, this is the second meal that Bo has missed preparing, so I think she's noticing that she's not in her workshop. So she actually does go to breakfast, and is like looking around. To anybody that's there, where's Bo?
She would find Ryu at the sink, washing a couple dishes, including a pink mug, and he'd glance over and say, "Morning, Captain. He's sleeping down in the cargo bay."
In the car? That's not where his room is.
No, no, it is not. And he, about that time, he stops the little microwave before it goes off, and takes out a little. See, I'm guessing like a little plate of Dino Nuggies. And pops one into his mouth. Kind of doing breathes in and out real fast on the hot the hot bite, but perseveres.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Hmm. Kind of miss his breakfast. I can eat Dino Nuggies leftovers.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Maybe we have some eggs MREs. Of course, she is referring to fake eggs, of course.
Yeah.
Good old partner eggs.
Well, vegan eggs, more like. Like
Yeah.
fake eggs.
Fake.
Egg flavored tofu.
Yeah.
Egg flavored
Wow.
liquid tofu.
Oh goodness. Getting worse by the second. He would grumble something about them being fresh out of biscuit mix. That the chef had used up the last of it.
Hmm. Well, I can eat later. I'll go see what Bo's doing. And Eva will leave the kitchen and go see what Bo is doing.
You think Bo would be up by this point?
Oh, he's up.
It's Christmas morning for Bo.
So he's sitting there munching on a biscuit made from the last of the biscuit mix. He has drug a bunch of branches inside and surrounded Apple's pen with them. And he'll greet Eva. He'll say, "Morning." In 9 hours, 58 minutes, and 12 seconds, it'll be in a few minutes.
Oh, no.
And Apple will have had her babies.
Oh. Okay, I'll leave instructions. I'll leave the instructions for Ryuk. Are you ready to go?
What do you mean? In a few minutes is happening in 9 hours.
And we'll be 8 hours away, right?
Oh, we gotta keep trying stuff. I figured I woke up this morning and the thought had occurred to me. Maybe it taking longer because there ain't no familiar sights and whatnot. So when I woke up, I went out and I grabbed a bunch of stuff from outside. Figured that might acclimate her, get her in the mood to start popping them out.
Okay, but she can pop them out with those twigs and berries if Ryuk is here too.
Oh, he'll just shoot glitter all over him or whatever. I can't not be here for...
I'll forbid him from using glitter.
But it's Apple's first babies.
Bo,
Don't you want to see the little babies? Witness the miracle of life happening right on board your ship.
Do you know the exact time? Wait, how do you know the exact time?
Well, at 12:01 and 47 seconds, I clarified that in a few minutes with Zeke, and I set a timer. So it's been counting down since then.
Oh, you took good notes. I am impressed. Okay, that's very good data tracking, Bo. Then good. Get ready to go, and we'll head out, and Zeke can teleport us back 15 minutes before the scheduled pregnancy baby time, so that you can make whatever preparations you need, bring hot water over, and help Apple give birth.
Wait, we're gonna go there so we can come back.
Well, Zeke needs to see where he's at so he can teleport. So if we go out there and then come back, we can sleep back here, and then next day we'll already have 8 hours towards our journey.
I guess that makes some sense. Oh, there is some wiggle room in here. I guess I'm adjusting to the art of animal husbandry, mixing with time wizardry and all that Zeke has, but I mean, it's not just like in 9 hours, 48 minutes, and 36 seconds that she's
How
just
much
gonna.
leeway do you want? 30 minutes?
I guess however far we get when old Ryuk says that she's in labor. Because he should be able to phone us, right? However far we get.
I'll make sure that we've got our comm server set up and we can receive.
That makes sense. Then we can just mosey over that way, however far we get, and then we can pop back over, see little babies, and
And then you can
teleport back
tend to
on
them
over.
over the night, and I'll do some more work on your rifle. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that makes sense. So we're off for space and time wizardry.
Hurrah! It's not actually wizardry though. It what Zeke does is actually, and then she starts pontificating on psionics.
Hmm.
You know, whatever, however much she knows about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of science words to say that he does that thing that people do in the magic books.
It's not magic.
Yeah, now I'm curious. I want to know how Eva would explain psionics scientifically in a way that doesn't just sound straight up magical.
Now, I saw in a library on one of them posters that some fella named Clark said that any sufficiently sciencey mumbo jumbo is pretty much magic. I think that's what he said.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is I've forgotten the quote myself. Assume
Indistinguishable.
indistinguishable, that's right, is indistinguishable from magic, but that's been proven false.
They prove him false. Man knew about magic.
Because magic doesn't exist, and I have proven that. Now go get ready.
I think old Clark and Zeke might disagree with you. I ain't got enough book learning to dispute you.
As Eva's trying to walk away, it's not magic!
Hmm.
So, I guess Eva
Right.
will. I don't know if the rest of the crew had thought that this would be an easy day because of Bo expecting Bo not to budge, but Eva's gonna go check and see if everyone else is ready to get going.
Cherry would have been about to walk into the cargo bay upon hearing the discussion about it's not magic, and she would have backed out and headed instead to the kitchen.
Okay. So she'll go over, she'll knock on Zeke's door, but she's not going to stop there. She just knocks and keeps on passing. Actually, yeah, Zeke's door, in my imagine, is just before Cherry's door coming up from. Oh, we've got a map. Why am I imagining? Yeah, because if Zeke's was like basically a cordoned off little section of the luxury suite over there, it would be right before. Or right after. Either way, she
Yeah,
she tries to get Cherry and Zeke, and then heads over to the galley herself. I think the ship is inverted from what I thought it was. with the
Hmm.
cargo bay being cargo bay entrances to the other floors or the other floor being at the top instead of the bottom. So I confused myself.
Yeah, towards the front.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she knocks on Cherry's door. Waits for a response, and Cherry's not there. Obviously, she probably doesn't get one unless Ryuka's in there.
Ryuka's in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then does Ryuka respond to her knock?
That's gonna be
Yeah.
up to since he's. I mean,
Mhm.
is that up to Ben or is that up to me? I don't know.
Yeah, either way, I'd say yeah, he'd come to the door.
Is
Yeah, what's up?
Cherry in?
I think she went to the galley.
Oh, perfect. She must be getting ready. Thank you. Did she fill you in on all of your responsibilities and obligations while we were away?
He he tentatively or kind of hesitantly says, "A little bit."
Oh, perfect. I'm sure she gave you everything you need to know. I also have a list of things to do for Apple, and I'm going to be adding to it. So the last one that I add is going to be the most important. Just when she starts going in labor, you're to call us immediately.
He salutes and says, "Aye, aye, Captain."
Thank you. Uh, dismissed. And then she kind of shrugs and moves on.
He says, "Now, Captain."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, how long exactly are y'all gonna be gone?
Well, I'm expecting that we'll only be gone for half the day, and then Apple should go into labor in about 9 hours. Actually, I don't think Eva's an about girl, so she tries to calculate, estimate exactly how long since Bo told her the time, and says that. Apple's going to have her babies in 9 hours, and et cetera, and Bo wants to be back for that. So we're going to come back half an hour before that, unless you call us and tell us that she's going into labor early. Oh, you just need to know how long. About 9 hours.
Okay, yeah. He'd had his compad out, and he kept getting ready to like take a note, and then he would stop when you were as Eva was dithering. All right, about 9 hours from now. Cool. And puts that down in his compad. All right. Yeah, fair enough. He blinks a little slowly. Well, if you don't need me then, I'm gonna get back to it.
Okay. And she says again, dismissed. A little bit more confidence this time.
And he'll close the door.
And she goes over to Zeke's door.
Okay, so his door is not opened.
Mm-hmm. She knocks.
He's in the hallway.
Hi, Zeke. Okay, are you ready to go?
1 second.
Okay, I'll be in the galley. Did he teleport before she finished talking?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, she
I feel
says
like
Lee to the empty air.
He's back about the time she finishes the sentence.
Yeah. What were you gonna say,
he meant
Danielle?
a literal 1 second.
He's got his shoes in his hand. Now I'm ready.
He's got his
So
what
he's
in his
got
hand?
what?
He went back for his shoes.
Oh. Shoes in his hands. You need to put those on before we leave. Let's go to the galley. I'll have a a quick meeting.
Right, he's gonna go to the galley.
I love it, Ethan. All right. She'll of course have called Pete on the way here. Asked him to meet in the galley. And are Cherry and Pete already there when she gets there?
Yes.
Has Bo come up yet?
Oh yeah, he wasn't long. He just had to go back and grab his backpack.
Okay. All right. She, what is she using for a planning board?
You have a smaller windshield. You can slip it inside your backpack.
No, it has to be huge because otherwise she could just use her data slab. Obnoxiously huge. I think she's gonna do it without a planning board this time. She doesn't say much. She just details out the plan, which is to start on our way so that we get far enough that when we begin our expedition for real tomorrow, we can just teleport straight to where we were, and everyone is rested and fresh. And Apple's baby and baby needs have been seen to.
All right.
She has a special job for Cherry on this.
There's a what?
A special job for Cherry.
Is that what she says to Cherry?
Uh-huh.
Cherry would look up over her morning tea. Mm-hmm.
If we have to make a decision of whether we're going to tell Lohaney Da what we found here, then we also have to decide what to tell, and more is always better when deciding how much to tell somebody. So
She raises an eyebrow when Eva says that.
I mean, having more to choose from. So take as much video and cameras and get close-ups of the local flora and fauna. And maybe we can put together a show reel of either how dangerous Straya is, or what to avoid. I haven't decided yet, but get as much footage as you can of interesting and different things.
She'll put her mug down for a second. Well, my answer, of course, is yes. I'll gladly do that, especially for you. However, I don't know if you've realized I am working with limited equipment here. I only have my Palm drone and my camera that I hold myself. I don't have a full-size drone. So I will try to do this, but keep in mind that if you need me to do something like this in the future for the crew,
I'm already on it.
Drone... What?
I'm already on it. I've gotten some details from the ship computer library. I just want to check into some of the more recent research in drone and aeronautics and other mechanics. And then I'll build you something.
Oh, uh, well, I mean, I was just thinking like maybe we could split the cost of one between like the ship and myself. But hey, if I get an Eva original, I'm all right with that too.
Oh, mine will be way much better than anything you could buy.
Way much better, huh?
Um, much better. I got excited. I
Cherry is
couldn't decide between way or much.
definitely grinning at her at this point. No, well, I know it will be much, much better. Thank you. I'll try and get your good side today.
Oh. All right. And if we're all packed up and ready, let's go out for 8 hours and then teleport back. Does Zeke raise any concerns or questions about the plan to travel 8 hours, teleport back, and then do the same thing next time?
No, I think logistically that works.
Okay. As long as we don't get outside of his teleport range, of course, and he'll be able to tell us that.
Yeah, what is his range again? Look.
I think he said 10 kilometers?
It's getting pretty ridiculous. I think that's correct. Yeah, it's 10 kilometers.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like we're going to be able to travel further than that in 8 hours, but
We probably will. So at some point we'll probably have to make it his decision as to whether we want to unless we end up spending a lot of effort on the way there, he can get us back. He'll have enough effort for that. But I feel like we'll have to make a decision as to whether we want to make him spend that same amount of effort coming back to that point the next day. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll be better informed regardless. We don't have to make that decision right this moment.
Right. Even getting 10 kilometers away is, it's farther than we are now.
Truth.
Mm-hmm. All right then. You guys are geared up, loaded up, and ready to rock and roll, it sounds like.
Make sure that I have all the things. I think I keep forgetting to put a bioscanner on my sheet.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say maybe quick sound off for Navcomp. Is that Bo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see. Got bioscanner that Eva is packing. Survey scanner?
I've got the survey scanner already. Is a bioscanner something that would reasonably be in our ship store?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, continue with sound off.
I know we've got the pressure tent somewhere. I don't know who's carrying it though.
I think Pete had a bunch of stuff because
Oh,
he had an
true.
encumbrance to spare.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's see. Pete has got no mention of pressure tent, but he does have a ton of space, so I will add this to his sheet.
I think he may not have the pressure tent on his sheet because we just have it in the ship notes under the 300 credits of miscellaneous survival gear. So we should also assume that he is carrying the Type B power cell. I can just put a note in the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I like to have it. Oh man, I forgot it's done this way. It's in this little drop down box. It's in order, the same order it is in the book, which is
Yeah.
not alphabetical order overall.
It is not. And that bothers me
It's-
every time too.
Yeah. Let's see, because then the power cells are gonna be at the top.
Yeah.
He's stowed and stowed. He's got a couple wildlife repellent grenades. He's stowing the storage unit, and that's actually okay, not quite it for his encumbrance. Getting very close though.
Did Robert remember to check the bundled button for the spare parts?
He did, yep.
Okay,
So
good.
his nine spare parts are only taking up, I guess, 3 encumbrance.
Good, good.
And yeah, he's got his combat rifle, his thermal knife, monoblade sword. Got all kinds of goodies. He's 7 out of 8 readied, 13 out of 16 stowed.
Strength is so valuable. It's Stars is an amazing system for actually making strength valuable on a non-combat character.
Yeah.
Granted, he's a
I
combat character, but still.
Yeah, just making it useful for more than just beating people up.
Yeah.
I really do like that aspect because it doesn't come up all the time, but man, when it does, it feels very impactful.
It felt very like it was a choice I made when in Fake Chris's first game I made that gunslinger and I'd
Mhm.
rolled a 6 strength and I was like, all right, yeah, that's good. Oh man, it was not good.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. He's a lightweight. Every sense of the word.
You are carrying one two-handed weapon and one one-handed weapon and wearing armor that has 0 encumbrance, and that's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, tangent.
Um,
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, so we've got everybody good to go. 10:35. You guys can head on out. Atmo filters. Pete does not have one because he's a robot,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody will need to have one in the readied slot. To make sure that they're let's see here. And glancing over here. Yeah, Bo is actually getting a little overloaded here. Which being being over encumbered is okay. I got a real quick refresh myself on.
I want to do to push my ready over.
Let's see here. I was gonna say, keep in mind. So I know sometimes the armor being over on the side, it can be kind of out of sight, out of mind, but its status does need to be readied for whatever armor you're wearing.
So how I see the encumbrance. How does this work?
So whatever your stuff readied is like what you've got on in your hands and pockets, like readily accessible. Stowed is like in your backpack where it'll take you, in combat. I think it's like a main action to fish it out. But just in general, it's in your backpack. You still got it on you. So armor and weapons you want to use at a moment's notice need to be readied. Any equipment or stuff you want to be able to pull out basically instantly. Be able to use without taking time to dig it out of your pack needs to be readied. And I am double checking the encumbrance here. Blah blah blah. So you can go 2 over readied and 4 over stowed, which just slows you down. Let's see, 10 meters per round to 7 meters per round. which will affect your, it'll affect your travel speed, which is probably not a good thing. So you guys may want to figure out if there's anything else you can kind of spread out, give to people who are not so encumbered. Thanks,
Since
Ethan. Or
the,
sorry, Dex, for clipping that.
since the comm server is not necessary, we're not planning to travel outside of the ship range. I've marked it other, and Eva has 3 more stood encumbrance, so she can carry something if you need, Ethan.
I mean, I guess Zeke has 8 stone encumbrance available, so he's not really carrying much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm noticing. Other than being practically, like, almost literally armed to the teeth, actually. Yeah, which I don't know. We've actually seen. It's not really come out in play much yet. Keeps it under wraps a little bit.
I mean, you haven't needed him to just go savage yet.
Let's see. I'm double checking here. Yeah, he completely lacks. Oh, he's got. See, he's got telekinesis. Does he have the psychic armory thing? Telekinetic armory?
Yeah, remember he was shooting finger guns at cans?
Yeah. I knew about that.
We knew you did.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is Zeke is enjoying his unparalleled power as a wizard way too much.
It's not magic.
He's ready to be a pack mule. That's what you're hearing. So
Kind.
carried.
Yes. The best use of the time wizard is as a pack mule.
He's a utility knife.
True. All right, so I'll let you guys can maybe message and sort out exactly who's carrying what. There's enough encumbrance to go around, so I'll assume you guys can figure out, a couple items to pass off to other characters to unencumber yourselves and get everybody down to their down below their at or below their thresholds, so that nobody is even lightly encumbered. Let's see his. Okay, I'm stowing the wildlife grenades for Pete because he had them other, but he's still good. He's got just a couple spare encumbrance. All right. So yeah, you guys set out. Okay, well, let's see. I mentioned the Atmo filters. Do I? I don't.
Eva has one.
I don't know if I want to take the time. I do.
You don't. You take the time because it's already 10:41.
That's fair. It's a little sus, but I'll let it slide this time.
How do we add that to our sheet so you don't kill us?
At the top, you found it. Okay. Yeah, when you go in edit mode, for anybody else who might be needing to remember, a little drop down shows up at the top of your equipment, and you can do that. Anyways, so yeah, everybody is good to go. I'm realizing. So, yeah, Up and Adam, you guys can get on the trail and start beating a path northward, I believe is what we'd decided. Which brings to mind that I feel like a little bit of reference. Okay. I'm going to slightly reclaim the page here. See if I can. Is this GM layer or map layer? Okay, yeah, this might be. This looks like it's a map layer. Oh, of course, that thing is. Oh, why is it? Okay, there we go. It's got like all this white, like transparency around it. D. Moving that down out the way. Is this stuff? Oh, this is token layer. Okay.
At some
We're just
point, Ben
gonna-
is just going to move us to a new page, and the process will begin again.
I probably will at some point. I want to have. I don't want to necessarily go to a new page just for this, and I'll fix this at some point later. But yeah, let's see. Let's do what do you guys want? Green or blue for the ship?
Blue.
Right. Blue it is. Boom, we got the ship. And then we're gonna put the colony. Let's see. We're just gonna say like so. And then we got a rough idea at least of what's going on. We got north. Oh no, why is it doing that? Don't do that. All right, and we got the somewhere off this way to the what's it? What are we calling it? The Citadel's off something like that direction. And yeah, more or less in the same direction but different is going to be the direction you guys are going to try to find the governor. So oh, and let's see. I'll just put this over here. And so you guys have some rough idea of where you're headed. You're not going through Strian, the local Strian's territory, going off in a different direction. So you set off to trek through the wilderness and see how far you can make it. I'm gonna go ahead and get a survive check from everyone. Take care of cherries, since Danielle, you are not at your computer, I'm guessing.
Nope.
All right. So let's see then.
Oops, I was muted. With intelligence?
Nope. Let's see.
Oh boy, maybe I balance y'all out.
Does a 4 fail or is that success?
So this one is going to be, it's definitely a failure, but I'm going to be doing an average out, I guess. So yeah, individually being a failure means you might want to spend a thing on it, but we'll see if you guys collectively fail or not. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What did I roll?
I also need to roll Pete's, don't I?
Shit, I rolled a 1 and a 6. I rolled exactly average. I don't know if a reroll or if it's worth a reroll.
Let's see how old Petey boy does.
I'm gonna try and bring the
Looks
average up. I'll
around.
reroll with Eva.
Not okay.
Oh, what were you gonna say? Not necessary.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is not necessary in this case.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys manage to average out well enough not to collectively fail. Going in the right direction and not getting yourselves lost. I'd also I factored in the fact that you guys have a nav comp.
Gotcha.
I don't remember if that it explicitly adds a +1 to such checks, but I feel like it probably would in this case. So I'm gonna roll with it. So yeah, you guys managed, and yeah, so you do make time. Not great time. This is there is no path. The jungle is fairly dense. There is lots of underbrush. You've got Bo and Pete leading the way, and I guess I should ask. I guess Bo, Ethan, since you're here, would you guys be trying to kind of clear some of the thicker underbrush to make it a little bit easier to get decent time, or are you guys gonna just be trying to press along and deal with it without trying to make less of a ruckus and less of a trail?
He's saying like actual path clearing would probably go slower because that's stopping and chopping stuff.
Yeah, maybe so.
I guess if you're just going and hacking and slashing branches and stuff, I don't know if that adds much of a time difference between that and just like holding the branches. But yeah, having done some trail clearing a trail takes a lot more time than just pushing it through the woods.
Got you. Guess
This is why we should have bought that 4-wheeler that turns trees into paved roads or whatever.
I think to maybe help and make it easier for you, Ben, because we know that we can't go the full distance that we could if we hustled 8 hours. We have a fairly hard cap on how far we can go and still get back to the ship at a moment's notice. Yeah. So I don't think that we'll be in any particular rush.
Well, in one jump, I guess I figured if you guys could get farther, you might want to. But yeah,
That's true.
Guess if you guys are not interested in pushing yourselves too much, then I guess it's pretty safe to say that you maybe take a slower path. I guess not being personally being an expert in wilderness navigation. I'm going to say that there would be some benefit in hacking at least through some of the denser parts, so that you don't have to wait while every member of the party, including some of the less physically inclined members, struggle through all the dense stuff. So there is some level of trade-off, but if you guys aren't necessarily worried about making peak travel time, then I'll say that it will go a little bit slower, but will attract less attention to just deal with the underbrush and maybe go around some thicker parts, and not fight against the growth in the jungle.
Right. Now, for sure, we do want to go more than 10 kilometers. It's just that,
possible.
like, if we get to 100 kilometers somehow, and we're at a point where, like, okay, Zeke could teleport us back, it would take up the rest of his remaining effort, but at the end of the day, that's fine. But it still doesn't help us on the next day because we might not want to spend all of his effort just getting back where we
Mhm.
were. So that's what I mean by there's a hard cap on how far we can actually realistically go.
Yeah, I got you. Um,
Hard capybara, you might say.
Hard capybara on how far we can go. Yes.
all right, fair enough. Well, let's just make it simple then. I'm going to say that taking a bit of a more careful approach, I will give you all a collective +1 on your sneak checks here in navigating the jungle, and this will this will slow you down slightly, but in this case, it's not going to matter too much to your overall travel distance, since you are not going to push for an additional 10 kilometers anyway. Yeah, and I'm kind of roughly ballparking travel speed in the jungle anyway. So everyone go ahead and roll a sneak with either dexterity or wisdom. Oh, nifty. Miles per hour. Yeah, that's actually pretty. Yeah, it's pretty close to what I was thinking. So actually, I do like that. I'm going to steal that.
And he's done enough cheeky conversions of imperial to metric, especially considering the whatever length the pole is that converts back to 10 feet.
Yeah, it was kind of cracking me up that he's doing miles instead of kilometers.
Oh yeah, in World he goes back to the imperial system because I feel like that makes sense in a medieval fantasy setting.
Hmm.
They've
Yeah,
yet to
maybe
reach
so.
the enlightenment of the metric system.
Yeah, boo. I would have liked it for compatibility, but hey, it's okay. Round numbers are workable. So let's see. We've got sneak plus either wisdom or dexterity checks.
So I don't suppose you were effectively rejecting my reroll before, and I still have it available now.
Correct. Yes, I was saying, yeah, don't bother. It doesn't
Okay.
make a difference.
Then I'd definitely like to reroll this one. I'll wait until the others have rolled just to see if Bo and Pete
Yeah.
and Cherry pull 12s and maybe save Zeke and Eva.
Yeah, let's see. So we'll do these with, he's got a +1 to that. She has got nothing to either one. Oh my. Alright, I promise I didn't. I have no power over this.
Save us, Bo!
So
We
Pete,
all head out to
Oh, it is sneak with dex. I hope I have better odds than I did with my survival.
You could do
You
Sneak with
certainly
Wisdom if
do.
you want.
I can still whip it though with a 1.
Danielle, I think you're probably going to want to use your reroll. Cherry rolled Snake Eyes, which after a -1 landed her at 1.
Yeah, go ahead and use my reroll.
I don't know if you allow stat switching for rerolls, Ben, but if not, her Wisdom is the same as her Dex, so it would be the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it as long as it's the same.
Yeah. It feels a little bit more thematic.
Yeah. All right, so let's see then. We got a 6 this time from Cherry. Got a 9 from Eva. Got a 7 from Bo. Got a 2 from Pete. And then what was...
We reroll.
Oh, Zeke was also a 2. Oh my.
No.
That's ridiculous. That's 3 2s and a 1 that got rolled initially.
I am
Or was it? No.
suspicious. What did you do to the server?
Wait, did we re-roll the check?
A couple people did because they were they got very low results. You guys need some more re-rolls. So
Get
let's
someone
see.
alternative outcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
re-
so Zeke can alternative reroll outcome himself. You probably would like to do that for Pete as well. I'm pretty sure you can do it to...
I mean, can we just start with Zeke and see if it's necessary?
We can. It's almost definitely going to be necessary, though.
If he fails his check, right? Like, it's maybe not worth wasting another. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what he gets if he just like rolls bottom.
If we whiff it again.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, it's actually the lowest possible thing you could have gotten for the reroll.
Yeah. So, I'm feeling like it at this point, if Pete
If
rolls,
one isn't doing it.
Yeah, I
right.
think it's actually it may not even be possible to salvage it. Yeah, let me double check here, but yeah, no. I think even, well, let's see. What if he has he got a negative, or is he... he's got a +1. Oh no, but he's got a -1 to sneak, so it evens out. So if we've got... Okay. So
If it requires this much math, it feels like it's probably not worth.
Like we'll probably do.
yeah, if he rolled a 12, then it could be a success. But otherwise, it's going to be a failure. You want to chance it or no?
No. We might need that for something else.
Yeah. I would agree.
Alrighty then. Okay. Then next up in our probably feeling like a bit of a slog as far as skill checks compared to our usual pace, I'm gonna need notice with wisdom checks from everyone.
We being stalked.
Well, we might not find out what their current notice checks.
I wouldn't worry about
I
that.
don't know if I'll contribute that much. Well, maybe. Make it up
Let's
for
see.
that
Pete.
below average sneak roll.
Let's see. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So that's going to be... is that all 5 right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Those are all failures except Bo. These are individual. So if I think, let's see, I guess Zeke, you could alternate outcome someone else's, but you've already done it to yourself. So you can't do yours.
We'll suffer together. It's okay.
Alrighty. Then,
Bring
right.
it.
So to set the scene, the group of you are pushing through dense jungle brush. It's it's middle of the day. Even despite the cover of the canopy, it is sweltering. Breathing through the Atmo filters is uncomfortable. Most of you are probably straining somewhat with heavy breathing and just feeling gross in the damp undergrowth of the jungle, surrounded on all sides with the noise, the ambient noise of the jungle. And at the head of the group, Bo pauses a moment to turn and take a look over the group, see how everyone's doing, and catches sight of something that had escaped his notice on as he passed through the brush here.
Ooh, what is
That
it?
several of the vines above you are not actually vines. There are
Nope ropes.
several large, nope ropes, dangling from the branches above, and you see a couple of them shift as they seem to be preparing to drop on your unsuspecting party. So I need Bo to roll initiative.
Oh boy. Initiative. Slow.
Oh.
But maybe faster than a snake.
Yeah, fortunately for him, these snakes don't realize they've been made yet. All right, so yeah, he. So just to, it's a little hard to gauge exact distances and relative position and everything, but it looks like they're spread pretty evenly over the area where the party is crossing through the brush here, and there are 7 of them that he's spotted dangling from the tree. And Bo does get to act first. And feel free to ask more questions about the scene if you need it. I was recently reminded that sometimes a little sketch could be very useful. So if somebody thinks that will help you get a feel for what's going on, I could do that.
Okay, so they're back overhead of the rest of the party. And how many snakes?
7 of them. There is one pretty close to directly over you. You were just passing it and might still be within its range. Bo has never been dropped on by a snake before, so he's not exactly sure in practice how that works for them.
And me without a shotgun. No, I didn't even get to make my shotgun arrows yet.
Oh yeah, which arrows did he pass off? I'm assuming not all of them. He's got.
He kept a medley of 20 arrows on him, and then his 19 spares are, I guess, riding with Zeke.
Okay.
That was probably carrying. Yeah, he's just probably carrying Reaper. There.
Yeah, looks like you've got a couple of guns stowed. You've got your mag pistol readied, and
By the
oh, you actually.
magic of Gunslinger, I can automatically grab any of my junk.
Oh yeah, that's true. And if you're not moving around too much, you don't necessarily care about being over encumbered.
I shall pull out. And now I guess Mr. Highway is gonna. Oh, no, that's not Mr. Highway that I have there. I got right off on me. Readied. Yeah, I guess right off is gonna be able to do the most damage, I think, immediately. So
Oh, just opening up his pack and choosing from his 6
Yes.
guns.
It's an on-turn action, so I've got a lot of time to just like rifle through my inventory here.
Yeah, I love the mental image of like him like opening the pack, and it's like each gun has got its own like little custom slot or like sheath or holster or something in the pack, and it's like slow-mo. He's like zoom, and then is doing like flash time, thinking, okay, which gun, and then
Well, I guess Dragula actually will do the most damage, although it does take a reload each turn. So he'll
remember, gunslingers, it's faster to switch to your second weapon than to reload.
Yep.
Oh, now he's got the dedicated one, so we can reload as an on-turn action.
Oh, okay, nice. Got Gunslinger 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll pull out Dragula, yell, "Nobody panic, there's a bunch of snakes," and then shoot over their head at the nearest one.
So is Dragula the sniper rifle?
Yeah, that's a sniper rifle.
Alrighty, yeah. Give me a attack roll. Alrighty then. Okay then. Let's see, we got a. What is this? This is gonna be okay. Oh wow. These are. Yep. All right. So he fires a shot and definitely hits one of the large serpents, but it does not seem that he has finished it off. It's swaying now from the branch, but it curls and kisses.
I'll go ahead and keel over you dang old snake, and I'll reload. And I guess move however far he can move. Farther up the trail and away from the snakes.
Alrighty.
Sneaky
Let's see.
snakes.
Do you hold on a second? Do you not have? I don't think you have it checked on the weapon. I think it should have done more than that, rolling a 10. Yeah, let me check something here on your sheet.
What, 2d8 plus my attribute plus my skill? Oh, did I have something checked wrong?
Yeah, you don't have the plus skill box checked for your sniper rifle or your bow or your mag pistol. So let me just fix all those real quick. So that would have been another 3, which okay, doesn't quite make the difference, but yeah, this snake is quite literally dangling by a thread. You injured it very severely. It'll actually drop out of the tree from how hard you hit it, and you can see it writhing and coiling up on the ground around Pete's feet.
Perry will immediately scream.
Yeah. Screams incoming.
All right, if that is Bo's turn, then about to be a bunch of snake bites.
Oop, yeah, that's it for Bo.
Alrighty then. Let's get these rolling. So this is gonna be this plus that. Okay, let's just go on down the line. Let's start with Cherry. Snake drops from the tree above her and lands solidly, its weight around her shoulders, and tries to bite her. And it's snapping, and it's striking lightning fast. First time she doesn't feel it. It sinks its teeth into, its fangs. Goodness, biology here. Into her armor, but the second time it does manage to get its fangs into her, and 7 damage. Let's see. Eva gets a snake.
Yep, that'll hit.
No crits. Oh well. So she takes 6 from a couple of bites. 6 total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should have. I realized I took notes on their stat blocks, and then I didn't actually prepare the thing and roll 20 for it, so we don't get the cool little macro boxes or whatever. All right, 1 drops on Zeke. I don't remember if he has anything. I guess is he doing telekinetic armory?
No, I think he's just got some
Okay,
clothes.
I got you. Well, I guess that's, yeah, it's probably same either way. So he
13.
takes 1 bite for 4 damage, and Pete is. He just takes a single bite for 6. All right. Everybody else roll initiative now. Danielle is. All right.
Is there an initiative tracker?
Oh, good question.
And
I
we
don't
also
think I
need
have it.
tokens to click on before we click our rolls.
Oh, look at you and your
You're right. I'll have to re-roll mine.
facts.
I should
Sorry
be able
about that.
to do it with the token that's on the board, but I don't know if that's actually linked to my sheet.
Should have.
It's
Oh,
not.
those are on the.
No, it is. I'm sorry, it is.
Okay, I was gonna say you guys all should have tokens on the ship there.
Yeah, yeah.
Thereabouts, even though you are technically out in the wilderness. All right. Trying to find. I think they moved it. Okay, no, here we go. Turn order. It just looked different.
Yeah.
So it is. I'm going to. Ethan Bose was correct. But then let's see. Let me add one for Zeke here. Where is there Zeke? I think there's a add turn. They've improved this quite a bit, so you don't need to reroll. Avery. You weren't gonna reroll that easy. And let's see, so Cherry. Oh. Pete. Petey Pie. Boop. All right, well. Between Bo and Eva, I think Bo probably goes first. Just by the usual. Well, I don't know if that's the thing in Stars of that Number. Do you guys care who goes first?
No. I think it's even left to the players to decide.
Yeah, fair enough.
It
Ethan, you wanna have
is
Bo?
in Stars that the players go before enemies, though.
Yes. Even if they have tied.
No, even if they rolled lower. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, that sounds like player logic to me. Alrighty then. I think we're back to Bo. Snakes are now variously wrapped around people, and Pete's got a couple on him. Oh, did Bo didn't get a, let's see, 7.
Oh, did I get
5.
snaked?
You did not. You should have got snaked, and I didn't. I got distracted with other stuff. Let's see. All right, he's in luck. He only got bit once for 2 damage. And Bo's turn is up.
So that one is on me, I'm assuming.
Yeah. That one nearby, it swung as it dropped.
Oh, okay. I guess reposition the barrel of Dragula to the one that's on me.
Okay. Let's see. Does he have close combatant?
Oh, I do.
Nice.
I fixed the one flaw of being a gunslinger. People can get close enough to make you stop slinging your gun.
Very nice then. So then you should just do
It's just a regular.
actually let's see, does it not? Oh. So this is the thing. I was double checking because I thought I remembered close combatant only affects one-handed weapons. So it doesn't change the fact that you can't use two-handed.
Oh yeah, pistol
range
size range weapons. Okay, so yeah, I'll switch over to right off.
Yeah, so you get to use that without
There.
penalty instead of the usual -4.
Could you? Well, a little less pain coming his way, but right off. Blammo!
Very nice. All right, let's see. All right. The unlucky snake takes a mag round to the face and is now headless.
Get dead, Snack.
Eva is up.
So, are we shooting snakes that are on us?
I guess I sure did.
Bo shot a snake that was on himself.
Huh.
I was iffy about shooting snakes that were on other people. But
Yeah,
then,
yeah, it's all kinds of
then remembered that
awkward both ways.
everybody shoot your own snake.
Well, I got snakes twice. Does that mean I've got 2 snakes to shoot?
No, just one.
Oh, okay.
These guys bite fast.
Give me a narrative justification for why trying to shoot something that has dropped on you is not come across to Eva as the worst idea ever.
Let's see. I'm going to say
you have-
lizard. I was gonna say lizard brain says I have pistol. Snake is biting me. There is no thinking. There is only panic.
Impulse.
Yeah, panic and
Yep.
reaction.
I was
Like-
really hoping for something that was a little bit more abstract in that and that went into you're not actually shooting a laser right near your neck.
Give me a mental saving throw. How about that?
I'm not looking for more penalties.
No, this is for flavor. Don't worry.
All right.
Trust me. Okay. Yeah. No, there is no technical or fancy justification that comes to her mind. She thinks large serpent wrapped around me.
Get it off.
biting. Yeah.
So when
that
you
pistol
say
looks
that,
like the hammer to your snake's nail.
my first thought would be, okay, she's not drawing a laser pistol. She's just going to try pushing it off. But the player me says, no, that's dumb. Do damage to it because that is the only way to end it.
I mean, it's up to you. I was gonna say trying to either throw off the snake or wiggle out from its, not necessarily like you don't have to brute force it off necessarily, but either way, getting
Shove a
get the snake off you is also a very valid move, especially if she is not either confident in her skill with the gun or not trained or in a mindset where she would automatically default to whip out my gun and try to shoot this thing that's wrapped around me.
She still has no skill in shoot, and yeah. I'll set aside reservations about the narrative of it, and I'll just make an attack roll.
All right, sounds good.
Up to you, man.
Yeah, let's shoot the one that's on her. Oh, that's also got a -4 because she does not have close combatant,
Right.
and it's definitely close.
It is quite close. All right, so a laser sears off into the brush, but the snake does not seem to be deterred.
I'm gonna say that for narrative that wasn't actually Eva trying to shoot it. That was Eva reaching for her gun, trying to figure out what the heck to do because there's a snake on her. Oh my God, there's a snake. Do I shoot it? She fingers the trigger, and it blasts down into the ground by her feet, and then she's scrambling to try and get the snake off of her.
Nice. All right, so Cherry is up now. Danielle. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. I was tapping the microphone button and it was not
Oh, yeah.
going back on. Anyway, phew. I was just gonna say that I don't think Cherry is gonna be thinking very clearly right now. I think she would definitely be trying to throw the snake off of her.
Okay. She wants to do that. That's probably most likely going to treat that as like an exert check. I would take either strength or dexterity. It would be a
I'll let you choose that since you have my character sheet.
oh, okay. Yeah, wasn't sure if you were on yet. Me see here. So I think that. Mhm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me just do this. All right, she. Let's see. Oh, oh, whoops! I accidentally GM rolled that. It actually also rolled super low. Um, I'm gonna let you win the tie. I think that um, is fair here. So Cherry struggles for a moment and manages to shrug and stretch and get the thing off of her, and it lands heavily in the grass around her feet with a thump, and is trying to coil around her feet as she kind of dances from one to the other. Uh, but she does not have a snake on her anymore.
Great.
And let's see, Pete is.
I want to try and move, if I can, away from the snake. Is that possible?
Oh, yeah, that is quite possible.
Sweet. I want to try and run in the direction of Bo.
Makes sense. All right, so yeah, you can hurry through the brush, shoving through branches and uh, trying to stumble around. You give a wide berth to Eva, who is just fired her laser pistol uh, into the ground and is struggling to get the snake off of her. And you can make it up near Bo. And let's see then. I think. Okay, yeah. So Pete, he's going to do monoblade sword stuff here. And I think I can just click this. All right. Okay, and he cleanly slices a snake in two.
Nice.
Thanks.
It was the one that was wrapped around him. His sword just flashes outward, and two halves of snake go writhing off into the brush. And but he's still got another one at his feet here. And we're up to Zeke.
Where's the nearest snake to Zeke?
The nearest snake is wrapped around his neck. Now I am trying to remember on the fly here if there's anything about teleportation with this, but I feel like this is the sort of thing where he could certainly teleport himself out of the
grasp of an
The thing.
unwilling target.
Yeah, I think so. As long as it didn't constitute some kind, putting the other in some sort of danger.
Says a teleporter can leave any clothing, shackles, adhesions, or other matter behind when he teleports.
Okay,
Does
yeah.
it still have its teeth in you? I think we had a ruling about things like if I put a shackle through your arm or something like that.
Matter cannot be partially left behind, though.
Yeah, anything
Yeah,
that
I think that was the ruling. Stuff in you can't be left behind.
yeah, that's definitely rules as written. And that no, its fangs are not currently sunk into him. So I'll allow it.
Yeah, I think he wants to teleport far enough away that he can point his shotgun at this thing point blank and blow it away.
It wrecks, Mick.
Nice. So he basically blinks to the side a couple meters and points his shotgun. And let's see then. He's gonna need a all right. Well, and points his shotgun at it, fires a blast. The thing is writhing in the the thick brush here, and he can't really get a good solid look at where it's at as it's coiling and slithering through the brush here. I doesn't think he hit it.
Womp.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember how much of a difference there is, but his telekinetic armory would be at least be a good bit more accurate. But hey, shotgun is shotgun. It's hard to
Yeah.
pass up.
I mean, I think point blank a shotgun would work, but you know.
yeah, it would. You just gotta hit him. And in the thick of the moment, with the brush and everything, atmo filter fogging up in your face, all that good stuff. There are variables. All right, let's see. It's 11:36. Do we want to go ahead and get another round of snake bites out of the way, or save that for next time?
Move it.
No, I'm fine with that.
We got 2 votes for save it.
I'm agreeable to that as well.
All right, then
Yeah, I'm good with that.
we will pick up next time with getting bit by snakes.
Yay!
Yippee!
There you go. Rely on Ethan to give you the reaction you were looking for.
What was Ethan's reaction?
He didn't even hear it.
Oh, sad.
We appreciate your efforts, Ethan.
Yeah. Thank you for carrying the enthusiasm that the late night has sapped from us.
Yes.
And the serpent's venom.
Yeah.
No, well,
No,
you didn't have to go that far. You didn't have
venomous.
to tell us there was venom.
Venomous.
I mean, I assumed they would be. I just didn't need it confirmed this late at night.
That's fair. Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess we'll hold off on the we'll just hold off on the snake's turn in general. All right, let's see. I guess we are to Avery starting us off with faves.
I'll think of something any minute now.
Sounds good.
No, I'm
Maybe
actually
start off with Ethan.
That's my favorite.
or Dex, or me, I guess.
So I need to choose from.
I mean, you'd be
Everyone.
next, Ben.
Yeah, I would be next. That's what I was about to say. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Totes.
I was just getting derailed. So my favorite, I think, would be let's see. Let's see. I think Bo accepting Zeke's creative definition of any minute now. Oh, the time wizard's creative definition. Because I also loved the fact that he referred to him as a time wizard. That's definitely got to be my favorite thing from this session. Followed.
Wizard.
Hmm.
Time wizard.
Yeah. Let's see. I think it's got to be followed up by Eva's. Oh goodness, how do I put that? I'll just say Eva's gunplay. And then I'll pass it on to Danielle.
It's hard to follow up. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite was. This is hard. I feel like I really like the Bo Cherry interaction of it's late at night, you need sleep kind of thing. Because I liked hearing Bo open up a little bit when he said, "You want to hear something dumb?" And then just shared actual thoughts he was having.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty neat. So, and then the second favorite will be Zeke just constantly popping in and out of the hallway, not bothering to open his door because it's literally just quicker for him to apparate and disapparate. Sticking with the magic theme. You're a wizard, Zeke.
Oh, if I can. Zeke's constant
Teleporting.
Oh, typing is struggling. Okay.
Also, Avery, I thought it was hilarious that it was like, now I feel bad.
Well, when there's actual consequences.
Mm-hmm.
It involves him getting woken up at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, it's like probably thinking like, I didn't expect Bo to like stay up half the night. Oh man. All right, so Danielle, I got that in there. I don't know if I summarized that first one very well, but Dex, what's your favorite?
Mine is actually the same. I wrote down Bo and Cherry bonding over. I wrote Cappy Gaga as in like making fun of baby speak, goo goo gaga, but I don't really think the joke deserved to actually be spoken. So we'll just make that capybara.
Okay, yeah, at least not written down.
Yeah, it's bad enough that I went through with telling it. So yeah, Bo and Cherry bonding over Capybara. That was a real touching scene.
Yeah, I liked that too. All right, then Ethan, what about you?
Yeah, I guess kind of the ribbon on the end of that of Cherry leaving like a tea
Hmm.
there after she'd gone to bed. And then I guess one for the GM of sudden snacks.
Next.
Finger noodles in the trees.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I spaced there for a second. What was the first one you said?
Oh, Cherry leaving the tea after the
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
That was a good touch. I liked that. All right, Avery. It is back to you.
No, it was yeah, that was my fave. It was the any minute now. They're just incepted.
I feel like that should be the title of the episode. Any minute now.
Oh man.
I can make that happen. I know people.
Thanks. Good.
Ooh, we got connections.
See, I even got Ben with that one. I'll think of something any minute now.
No way.
He loops it back around.
The layers, the layers.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't gonna give you 24 hours.
Well, hey guys,
Dream long enough.
Yeah.
I have to get up super early in the morning to take my daughter to school, but this was super fun. So, good night.
Night.
Good night. All right, let's see. So we got any minute now, and I think that's all the faves for everybody.
Let me post them.
Let's see. I see Danielle did not respond about recapping. I'm guessing she messaged me a couple times, talking about how out of it she was tonight. So